Hey guys, this is going to be my Dota diary for right now, for this week. It is October 19th when I'm recording this. The day before main event of TI 11. And this video is going to be all about my thoughts on why I'm not invited to TI and kind of just giving you guys that background solely because I do think it's nice for you guys to know. But I've also just had a ton of people asking me. And it's something that I've had to think about a lot. It's definitely weighed on me. And let's just go ahead and get started.
Banana slam jam.
So if you don't already know, I'm not talent casting anything at TI 11. At the end of TI 10, I decided to take a step back from casting. I basically said, I don't want to do this full time anymore. I want to look to do part-time and talk to some of the tournament organizers, and it resulted in me not doing any casting at all. It wasn't really my intention, but honestly, it's probably better that way to kind of just rip the band-aid off. And a lot of you are probably asking, why did I take a step back? You know, why? You did TI 10, why would you want to stop? Over time, casting kind of just became my life. When I started casting like 3-4 years ago, you know, I'm doing an event like once every 2 months. You know, I'm flying somewhere cool, doing my stream in my regular life, and then having these extra things on the side. But during COVID, you know, you're doing 6-week-long leagues, 5 days a week, 12 hours a day. It's your life. It becomes your life. And it really is like what you're putting yourself into. Like you're literally putting yourself into your work, which is good in some respects, but I didn't like the way that casting was heading for me. I felt like my life was missing something. I didn't know what, but it felt that way. And when TI 10 came around, or TI 10 came around, you know, COVID, lack of audience, and a lot of things that happened behind the scenes as a caster. It just didn't have the same magic as TI 8 and TI 9 did. And of course, there's the chance that because there's no audience and because I've done 2 other TIs, that those could be contributing factors. But at TI 8 and TI 9, it felt like we were all being a part of something bigger, something greater. And TI 10 kind of felt like we were just there. Didn't feel like I was a part of anything bigger than myself. It just felt like I exist at this event. And that feeling, it just didn't feel worth it. It didn't feel worth all of the hard work and effort and time to be a part of. It didn't feel like an honor. It felt like this is my job and I'm doing it. And there's nothing wrong with having a job and having to do it. But that's not what TI was like supposed to be. Like, obviously expectations set you up for disappointment and all that. But I just didn't feel any sort of magic, any sort of passion for TI 10. I felt it when I got back, you know? I felt it. I asked myself, was all of that work worth it for TI? Because that's what it feels like as a caster in Dota. Feels like everything you're doing is to be a part of TI. And so I decided this year to take a step back. Like I said, at the end of the day, I did have some public critiques of TI 10 right after it happened. I imagine PGL or Valve didn't really like that very much. Possibly could have affected it, possibly couldn't have. You never know. And then obviously the fact that I just didn't work events this year. I probably did 5 to 10 days max of casting work, and that's why I'm not invited this year. And it hurts. It hurts to not get invited, not because I think I deserved it or because I'm entitled to it. It definitely just, like I said, it felt like what TI always was to me was it felt like it was something bigger. I was a part of the community. I was included in the community in my own way. It's hurt a little bit to watch this year. It's definitely hurt. I think the Dota is amazing. I think TI 11's been fantastic so far. And I'm super excited for the main event. It's already technically started when this video comes out, and I'm gonna be watching it all the way through. Don't you guys worry. You can't get me away from Dota. But yeah, I mean, TI 11 already hasn't really felt the same. I know it's the group stage, last chance qualifiers, but it definitely hasn't felt like TI yet. Cautiously optimistic that it feels like TI again when we watch it from home. But that's what I'm gonna be doing, is watching it from home. And this year has been about getting my life back. And it's not because casting like took my life away, but I didn't really have one. I didn't know what it meant to have like a routine, friends, obligations, taking care of myself, being responsible. That was just stuff I didn't do while you're a caster. You're just freaking traveling 80% of the year and busy 60 hours a week. And then you get home and you're too tired to do anything else, you know? And I just want to say that I don't regret a single thing. Probably some copium in there. Slight little dosage, not overdose, but a little bit of dosage of copium in there. But I don't regret it because I feel like it has allowed me to make the changes in my life that I've made this year. And I think if anyone has been following along, maybe you're recently starting the content on the channel, you noticed it. You feel the difference, I hope. I've at least heard messages and comments from people that they do. And I really do feel like I'm on a bit of a life journey. I always thought my influence on the Dota community was to be a caster, to be an analyst, to teach Dota. And I've really this year, because I've taken a step away from casting in regards to having basically my life be Dota, right? My life was basically casting Dota, you know, 60, 70 hours a week of Dota, which was cool and all, but you know, life isn't just Dota. There's so much more to life, right? And I feel like a lot of us kind of lose track of that. Maybe not as much as me or anybody who works full time in it, but a lot of us tend to overdo it a little bit when it comes to Dota. And we kind of forget perspective. You know, we get tilted in the middle of the game, get super frustrated. And my content's kind of turned into like learning to be better, not just at Dota, but my lessons that I've learned, things that I'm struggling with, hopefully helping you guys. And a lot of my coaching sessions have like become like pseudo-therapy sessions, you know? Like where I realize the mental struggles that people are dealing with in their Dota games because I've experienced them, and telling them the last hit better ain't gonna work. Because that's not what's making them stuck in their MMR, you know? And taking this step back from casting has been what's allowed me to do this. So I just want you guys to know that I miss TI as much as some of you have told me you miss me being at TI, but just know that I do feel like instead of being an analyst and a teacher of Dota for this community, that I am hopefully setting a good example in building a community somewhat within the community of people that want to better themselves at Dota and at life at the same time in one fell swoop. Obviously a work in progress at all times, but that's what I'm going for. And just know that I appreciate anyone who's kind of joining me here. Not a cult. Just a group of like-minded people who want to be better. So that's my Dota diary for right before TI. I will be watching all the main event, some of which will be on my stream. I hope you guys join me. I hope you guys love the games. This is the best Dota has to offer. Don't miss it. It's glorious. It's beautiful. The teams are fantastic. The game quality is really high. And in terms of Dota Diary episodes, I'll talk to you guys after TI is over. Or I guess maybe before finals week of TI. Hope you guys enjoyed this little talk. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.